am, as I said last week, very, very pleased to be here with all of you. It is very, very important that you continue to protest, you continue to stand up, to be counted. Because if you do not, the matter will be swept under the rug. Let me just tell you, the DA can't indict right now. Nothing else needs to be done. The investigation itself is not that complicated. I've seen many of these. You know what the police officer did. You know what Andy did. You know what the various witnesses did. You know how many times he was shot. At the end of the day, that's the investigation. And an indictment can occur right now. That's not to say that the DA will do a good job in prosecuting him. It only means that the evidence is there for them to do it. Now, transparency is important. All of you need to stay focused around this case and around the DA because transparency is important for them. They need to know that you understand the process. And the process from the DA's point of view is not that complicated, no matter what is told to you. I can only say this, there has been a civil case that has been filed. From our point of view, that means absolutely nothing because the officer himself will have a paid lawyer. He will not lose his job. He will not have to pay the judgment. And this only works in terms of your efforts if there is a consequence to the police officer.
Right.
That consequence,
Jailhouse for Gelhaus!
Hold it closer to your mouth.
that consequence can only be if he is prosecuted and convicted. I know how difficult it is because we had the Oscar Grant case. And even though we had substantial facts, it still came down to an involuntary manslaughter. But it had to be done. It had to be done even though we did not get all that we wanted. It was more than nothing. And you can make that happen by standing tall and insisting that this officer is prosecuted. The evidence is pretty clear. Murder took place.
To a 13-year-old!
The young boy Andy was doing nothing to justify being shot.
Only 13 years old!
Overreacted to the circumstances. He jumped out of his car, he left a position of safety, and he fired before the bullet had a chance. That is murder. And all of you should be and stand tall around this. I am with you, whatever support I can give you. Just understand, the DA can do this. They're not precluded from doing this. Even though they have a strong working relationship with the police, their solemn public duty would justify making these charges filed. So hopefully that will happen, but all of you should continue to protest and be present. We've been involved in many cases. In the Duenas case, he was shot over 13 times. And I tried to get the prosecution in that county, the DA to prosecute, and they would not. I tried to get the U.S. Attorney to prosecute, and they would not. So it is not an easy challenge. But we have a 13-year-old boy here who is unarmed with a toy. That makes a huge, huge difference. And therefore, all of you should stand tall and try to get these charges filed. Murder is what happened here, and murder you should be responsible right now. So thank all of you. Justice!